The king and queen of metal podcasts, Bonny and James Freimuth.
I used to care what the others thought. All the deceit and the lies they sought. Spread around like a sick
Welcome to NAMM 2026. This is Serge Godfreyson from Innocence Torn. You're watching Band Chat.
Welcome back to Band Chat, everybody. Today, I am bringing you one hell of a banger. I am so excited for this. I am Bonny Freimuth, the lead singer for Innocence Torn, and your badass hostess for Band Chat.
James, lead guitarist for Innocence Torn, and the sidekick for Bonny.
And guys, as I told you, this is a banger of a show. Everybody, eating on fire! Yes! Hey. Hi, guys!
Hey! Hi, thanks for having us. It's
Oh my God, thank you so much for being here. I mean, we've, in a way, we've kind of crossed paths without even crossing paths. I just found out that
I know.
We were on Miss Hyde,
Oh, cool.
show.
Yes.
And I've been so
I know, that's awesome.
So go ahead and introduce yourselves and tell us what you do in the band and a little bit about Eating on Fire.
Sure. So I'm Amy Gold. I am the lead singer, keyboard player, all-around manager of the band right now. I mean, we do have management, but I'm the one that kind of put the whole thing together. We're a symphonic, melodic metal band. We don't really fit into a great category right now, but we have symphonic elements in most of our music, and we're very melodic. So we're kind of like a little bit of mishmash of everything.
Cool.
And you guys are out of Erie, Pennsylvania?
Yes, we're out of Erie, Pennsylvania. Yes, we are.
Nice.
We got together back in 2021. And at the time I had been out of music for a while, and the pandemic hit, and I sat back down at my piano and started writing a lot of the tunes that are on our first album. I met this guy later. This is Scott Haggerty, our bass player.
Hello.
He's very excited to do interviews. As you can tell. Look at him.
This is her thing. For sure.
So, and I met
you
him
being here.
Yeah, right. We started working together and started, once the world kind of opened back up, we started looking for members. And so we came up with another lineup originally, and that has changed in the last 2 years. We released the album, and then we had a couple people leave, brought in a couple new people. One of them stuck. Our drummer, Steve Starvaggi, is still with us. He's excellent. He's not allowed to leave. I don't allow him. And now we just brought on Todd Sandberg as our lead guitarist. And I told Todd that I'm microchipping him and he can't go anywhere, which he's supposed to be here right now. So we'll see if he shows up. He's not a fan of interviews either. None of them are. I'm like, well, you know what?
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate you guys taking the time out to be here. And I hadn't thought about microchipping before. We might just have to look into that. So, and again, you guys are from Erie. You guys are from Pennsylvania. Yeah. So, any Steeler fans?
Oh boy.
Yeah, he's. I'm not like a big football person, so I come from Steeler territory. He likes Miami. I don't know.
I like the Dolphins, and they're getting killed right now. So
you might as well be a Steeler.
It is what it is.
She lives with us.
Yeah, I might as well be any other fan besides the Dolphins at this point. But
yeah.
So you guys are currently, is it up for like album of the year or band of the year? I keep seeing you guys on different voting platforms for different entities online. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that if you're aware of it?
Sure. So we were in a bunch of little things this year. We started out with the Rolling Stone thing. So we were in the America's Next Top Hitmaker. We made it pretty far. We made it into the quarterfinals. So that was pretty exciting.
Yeah, we made it all the way to the final, and we got.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh, congratulations. That's rough though, because it's not really, if you have somebody who's got a lot of money and wants to vote for you, it kind of takes away from the, thing. So. Yeah. But it was good exposure. So we were really excited, because ours was all real organic. So it was like, wow, we had You know? Yeah, so that's exciting when you get that. So we had that going. We had a lot of local things. So we were in this Best of Erie. What was it called? I'm losing track. The Community Choice Awards. Yeah. So typically it's pretty competitive up here with a lot of like cover and tribute bands. So we were the only original band to make it into the top 3.
Wow.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, I know. We didn't win. It was an original band here who's really, really good. Or not original, a cover band that's really, really good here. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's amazing I can be really good playing someone else's music. You know, nothing against cover bands, but
yeah,
you know.
Yeah. No, and you know what? I totally get it. Like, I mean, if you want to make money, that's where it's at. So, but that's very popular here, and I think that's kind of nationwide right now. But
it is.
So we don't know if we came in second or third. They don't tell you, but we were in the top 3 for that, which was very cool. Yeah, that was not bad. And then we just had these, and I got to read it because I can remember exactly what the community choice. Community votes. This is community votes. They're close. We just kind of swept those, and we were really, really shocked about that. So, there was a nomination process where they had people, kind of renominating you every day to get you above the noise. And so we made it into the voting round, but the voting round was just one vote, once and done, and you can't vote again. And we swept it. We beat out I don't know, not just musicians. Some of it was like we were up against the baseball team, for entertainment. So we won. Yeah, we got best local band, best live entertainment, best entertainer, and we got gold award, which was like second in best entertainment yeah.
Yeah, there's like 4 of them.
Yeah, entertainment. We got best entertainer, live entertainment. Entertainment was gold, and best local band. So we swept them all the entertainment ones, like anyone that we would fit in a category for. We were like, holy crap!
That's cool.
So that was pretty cool. And we've been getting some airplay on Metal Devastation Radio. We've been in that for like a month and a half. This last week we kind of slacked off with the holidays, so we didn't get as many votes. But after a while, you're kind of like, I don't want to keep pestering everybody. Vote for us every single day for the next 2 years.
I get it.
I don't know what you're talking about because I'm the one that submits everything for us, and I'm like burning. You know what? My candle doesn't burn at both ends. It started in the middle, and it's just a puddle right now. Because I'm always either promoting. He does a lot of promoting too.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like the radio air stuff, like that podcasting, the editing. Doing
I take my sheet
visual
grades and then I throw it out on platforms and all the various people I've met through the years and push it that way, which makes me feel like what you said, because I'm like constantly messaging them and sending the stuff over and over, and I'm just like, they're gonna hate me after a while,
Yeah. After a while, it's like, you know what? Just come to our show, Yeah,
right. Doesn't bother me none. I mean, I look at it this way, like. Obviously, I'm working really hard for, the brand that I'm trying to put out. And so, when it comes down to it, I'll give them a little bit of a break, but I'm always constantly like, okay, hey, let's do this, let's do that. You know what I mean?
But you can't oversaturate, and I'm afraid that if I put stuff too much, they're going to bypass it, so there is a balance, and that's always tricky. That's tricky,
And that's sort of how I feel about it. It's like, I kind of walk that fine line where I'm like, okay, because there's going to be other things coming down the pipe, and I don't want them to be like so weary, and they're like, oh my God, we voted for you in like 25 different Erie contests, so now now we're doing something big, and they're like, I'm tired.
Exactly. You miss the good stuff because you're working on what was cool at that time, but then things evolve, and you got this new masterpiece, and you go to put it out. Goes right over. We've had a couple of songs like that, that I know it could have gone really far, but there were so many other things we were pushing before those that I think they got overlooked, and I think that happens to every band.
Right. And that's kind of where it's leading us up to. We're in the Wacken Battle this year. So we're, of course, that's not a popularity contest. That's a little bit more of a, performance contest.
We've done it twice.
Yeah,
I thought you guys had.
Yeah. So.
We've done it twice, and I will tell you that, the criteria, definitely pay attention to that packet.
Yeah.
They are, I mean,
sticklers.
they are sticklers. The first year that we went, we bypassed everything and went to the semifinals, and the next year we didn't even make it. But the competition,
It was,
but
amazing
the competition, it was well earned.
Yeah.
Not only did they take the packet and read it, but they used it as a guideline and like a dress rehearsal for everything that they did leading up to that. Because I'll tell you that no matter who is voting on it, the judges that are there, because they're your peers, they're not going to, they're not going to take it light on you. They'll literally let you know how they feel. And they did that to us, and it really changed the dynamic of this band. We used to have another female singer in the band, and after that Wacken Battle, we had to start making some choices. But it really does open you up to the experience of it, to seeing what your peers really, in the industry really think, and then it kind of gives you the direction to go in, maybe in the future, little constructive, brutal, but constructive.
That's the intelligent thing is we went and actually talked to the judges after the fact to find out their critiques, what they liked, our strengths and our weaknesses, without getting butthurt or anything. Actually as a learning experience, and it actually did. It catapulted and helped mold our future music. That's actually done really well. So if you can get a thick skin, and take the advice about, okay, so this part here that it sucks, so we're gonna work on that, and
yeah.
So go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say, it's interesting you say that, like, because here in the Erie area, you have to have a thick skin because of the fact, I think this is why there's so many cover projects and so many like tribute type projects here. There's become a competitive atmosphere.
Sure.
And even though original bands, we aren't competing against each other, there's almost that feeling of that here. And so a lot of people get very guarded and very possessive of their situations. And so, we've
been through it.
We got haters really early on. So
I got news for you too. The bigger you get, the more dog eat dog it gets, which is unfortunate. I don't feel it needs to be that way, but it's always kind of been that way, and I've always been very strong and a believer on networking and everyone working together. But if you get some kind of success here and the others don't, they're going to be kind of
that's reality.
That's what we've seen since we came out.
That way everywhere.
And because we don't offense to the whole tribute movement, but your issue in Erie, Pennsylvania, is the exact same as it was in Portland and Vancouver, Washington, for a very long time. Like even the original acts that people are being tributed, that are, tribute bands for, were having trouble getting into venues because the tribute band was playing, and it became like this nightmare. And I can't believe how guarded people are. And it's no offense again. I have no.
You used to be able
but so guarded over somebody else's music, like bro.
Is you used to be able to have, you would have original, tribute, and cover bands all playing together, and now it's like they've segregated it. It's like you're going to a cover band show or you're going to an original show, and they don't mix it anymore. And I don't quite understand that.
No, and it pisses me off because they're making more money than me.
I mean, that's
making
money.
Yeah, well, we have some here, some success. Maybe we're one of the few original bands that's actually gotten our foot in the door in a couple of the venues and opened for some tributes. So there's there's a Metallica tribute that comes through, and we've opened for them twice now. And it's funny, the first time we did.
It's just getting Bonny to accept, because we've had a couple of big tribute shows we could have done, but I can't get her to jump on board, which I think we should, because that's me.
I mean, the reason here is because some of the venues that we want to get into, if we're playing local, are those venues, and they won't bring in all original right now. So, but the first time we did it was really interesting because we had been out for 2 years at least, and we got this gig, and we were playing in front of like 500 people, and the crowd after we came off, because we were the opener, were like coming up to us. They're like, "Where are you guys from?" And we're like, right here, like we've been here for a couple of years, but the venues, they don't cross into those other venues. It's like very segregated. So, and we're losing original venues here every day. It's frustrating.
Same. That is very universal. We just lost, I think 3 in the last month locally, which was really devastating to us. I mean, We play locally maybe a couple times a
travel
year.
a lot more than we do locally. So,
But to watch them close is really devastating.
It's disappointing, because there's a lot of local bands that are really badass, and just not have them to have an area to do their music. There's still venues, but some of the qualities of the venues that they're playing aren't quite at the same level that they were for the last few years, and it seems like the more higher up venues seem to apply more to the cover acts, unfortunately.
Right. Yep.
And I
agree 100%. Yeah. And I think, again, that's a lot of the competitiveness that we're seeing here at this level. But either way, like we're sort of in the same boat you probably were before you started doing the, more touring. We're getting to that point where we're kind of breaking out in even we've been a regional for a while, but we're looking to become a little more national. We're trying to do, a little less at home and try to get out to the regions. And
after you've established yourself locally, if that's the next option. If you're taking this serious, you can only play local so many times before it just becomes redundant. And if you want to get to the next level, well, you got to pack up and suit up and hit these new places and make your mark. I mean, just in the United States alone, there's a lot of places, and I've been surprised with some of the success and money that we've made, in like the state of Washington, whatever. And we'll get out into like Idaho, and they're just like, "Who's Innocence Torn?" I'm like, "You don't know who the fuck I am," and they don't, So you've got to get out there and be seen, So.
Yeah.
James is a little hell bent on world domination, but he's working on it one time.
I'm right there with you, man.
Would like that, yeah. Like I said, I'd like to be like the first, band to play on Elon Musk's Mars colonization.
Okay, I don't want to go quite that far. It's a long.
First band on the moon, it's
he's all by
little tanks on.
He'll be finding a new lead singer for that plan. So
I'm hoping to go to Germany right now. That's
yes.
I've never been on a plane, so
he lives under a rock.
Yeah, so this would be quite the trip for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a long journey.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be quite an indoctrination if we win the battle and go to Germany. It'll be his first flight.
Yeah.
And you'll never forget it, bro.
No way.
No, you will never forget that ever. Oh my gosh.
Well, and they're in Pennsylvania too, so you probably have one or two at least layovers before you even start crossing the ocean,
Oh yeah.
It's a journey.
Yeah.
So what do you get your
I'm going to be hauling ass on the first one. I'll be jumping off the plane. I'm out of here. I'm not doing this shit.
It's going to be like 18. You guys are going to have to secretly drug him, and put him on the plane.
Yeah.
Everyone will think he's like dead, but he's just really sedated.
A couple of drinks before you get on the plane. No big deal. So where do you guys get your passion from? You guys seem very passionate about what you're doing, and I've watched a few videos, tried to do a little bit of more research before I got you on here. And I'm really, really noticing, first of all, I love your aesthetic. You and I got a lot alike, which I love. I just think it's,
I noticed that, yeah.
You suit up and show up for the show you want to put on, and I think it's amazing.
Important.
And you can feel your passion in your music. But where does that
Thank you. I can go way back in time and tell you this. I was a little girl and I said, I want to do this. So I've been wanting to do it for a long time. My first band, I was 16 years old. Like we were doing covers, but, and I got bitten by the bug and that was it. And just music is part of me. I don't even know how I could never take it out. But everything that I write is definitely real. It's from real experiences that I might have experienced in the recent past, or it might be happening right now. And so there's that emotion that's real behind all of it. So I think that's what you see portrayed. And I love to perform and I love to connect with the audience and let them try to get a feeling of what I'm feeling when I'm doing it. So I think that's where that comes into play. I'm very real. There's no, performance. I'm actually feeling it while I'm doing it.
Awesome.
I'm a method singer.
No, I get it. I mean, honestly, that's the way, I was a lead vocalist for 18 years in 2 different bands, and I don't do lead vocals in this band at all, which is kind of awesome because I've also played lead guitar and vocals, and it was a lot to do. Something would suffer, either vocals or guitar, because it's just too hard to front both of those. I mean, I did it, but I'm glad to not be doing it, So, what was I getting at here? I had a point.
The passion behind all of it.
The passion. I always feel, even though, there's the mechanical aspects and lots of rehearsal, and there's always those songs or spots that even no matter how many times you rehearse, there's a very good chance you may fuck them up live.
Oh, yeah.
I've learned to mask that a little bit, but I like to feel it, especially on my solos. I've always hated, like I've played in a few bands where we had backing tracks sometimes, or we, had in-ear monitors, and I hated it because it felt robotic. Music is something that I do my best when I feel it, and it's amazingly how well on time it is when I'm in, the box, that hook or whatever. It flows almost like it's robotic, but it's more of a feel good thing. It's an emotion.
I see that too. I mean, if you're out there just looking like, oh shit, let's just get through this so I can have my first drink, like they can feel that. If you're showing your true emotions too, and you're really playing, you're not playing for the audience, you're playing with that audience. They feel that, and I think that's for me, watching their faces when they know that I'm like, cringing on something, and they're like, oh God, it's a really powerful moment that I'm sharing with them. So I totally understand where you're coming from on that.
Yeah, I feel like, there's something that you can do to connect with people with music that you don't just get in everyday conversation in life. And so there's that moment of like, I don't know, oneness or something that happens.
Yeah. It's like the emotion and the vibe becomes a collective whole. It's not like one thing that anybody's in control of. It's a feeling, and it's just created, and it's there, and that's what's so badass about.
And I think that's why a lot of people like us are, almost addicted to the performance, because it's like we haven't been on stage since June. Right now, we had another changeover, so we've been catching our new guy. It took us a while to find him, and then once we got him, we're catching him up to speed. So February 14th is going to be our first show out as a.
Well, just think of how hungry you're going to be when you get up there. That's going to be
On Valentine's Day.
We have one. That one's local, and then the next weekend we're going to be in Baltimore. So
nice.
Yeah. So we'll have one little get our butterflies out of our stomach, performance, and then ready for competition. But yeah, like it's been really hard for me because never mind the fact that I'm like losing my tone and all that from performing so much. You definitely get the cardio in, but now it's like, oh my gosh, it's been so long. I've been just like, I need to get out there.
We can feel that. We're actually going through a transition in our band as well. We're trying to catch a new member up. We've taken a lot of downtime. We did, Whiskey Go Go twice this last year, and we did a lot of traveling in San Diego. And having this downtime has been really amazing. But we tried to practice a couple weeks back again with a new player, and
it's always a new learning process.
Yeah, and I noticed that.
Plus, we're working on new material on top of it, which makes it really.
In my head, I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna have to it's almost like people that go to the gym, they have to continuously do that to get their body up, and when you don't, all of a sudden, you eat a cheeseburger and you can see the cheeseburger through your shirt and your stomach, right? Like, it's the same process.
I've been telling him that. I'm like, oh my God, I stood on the scale the other day and I was like, wait, what?
Well, then I haven't been doing this. Got the double duty too, playing with like a few A-list musicians on the side for a couple of tracks, which is almost like working with another new person. So we're not just getting our new drummer up to speed. We're working with other people that have never heard the shit. So it's a lot more work and more travel, and
Yeah, we've gone back into the studio. In fact, the Villian that we just released is a studio session guitarist for us. Really good friend of ours. So it was he offered to do it, and we were like, yes, we need to get something out. We've had this music sitting here for a while, but we haven't had the right people to record it with us yet. So
that's so weird. We're going through the same.
The smart thing is
that's crazy.
But at least you're being intelligent and you're waiting and you're doing it right instead of trying to force fuck it out and not give the song a credit that it can do, because it's like once you do it and it's out there forever. So it's worth the wait create the masterpiece instead of doing something subpar. And that's something that I can attest that I've done many times in the last 20 years. It's like, okay, I'm out of fucking time. Let's just do it. And then almost always regret it. You know, there's a point of going too far with the song. It's, you know, but there's something to be said about taking your time, getting the musicians up and doing the song justice also. So.
Yeah,
right. We're really blessed. Our local guy who tracks us here is also helps produce our music. So, and he has got obviously you can hear his guitar work on Villian, but he's also got a fantastic ear and knows like what sounds good. Like I do come in with a lot of ideas.
He comes up with lots of ideas as we're in the studio, so stuff that we could try, and then if we like it, we like it. If we don't, we don't. We adjust stuff.
So we consider him our producer then on the albums, and then we do send them out to be mixed to a guy in Nashville. But we're really blessed. He's just a really good friend now, pretty much family for us now, and. But I can't remember where I was going with that. But yeah, so we do take our time when we work with him because he's also not a full-time studio guy. He has like a different day job and he's got a farm. He's got a lot of things going on. So it's a little hard to get into him sometimes. But we have another one. Guy. We have another single that's sitting there. We're actually going to have our new guitar player go in and lay the tracks for that now. It's pretty much done out. Otherwise, we just need to have him go in and lay down the guitar work. So we're excited about that. We'll wait a little while to release it because I want to let a couple months Villian simmer for a while. But
yeah, I mean, like I said, we're going through the same thing. One of the things I love about having a producer is just that aspect.
Well, what about our engineer?
Yeah, so not too long ago, about a year or so ago, I was in the studio and I just gotten done watching this, like, I don't know, Def Leppard documentary where the producer was in there and he was like, dude, try this. And he was getting frustrated. But the more frustrated he became, the more he listened to what the guy had to say.
And it became one of Rock. He's like the best in the world.
It became like one of their biggest tracks. Well, that's when I went into studio, I said, that's what I want. I want somebody who's going to kick back and listen like they were a member of the band, but has a different perspective and give me some direction. And so we found a gentleman named Carlton Coffin from Coffin Audio.
Awesome dude. Awesome.
He came in and I mean, just the subtleties, some whispers here, maybe, some underground evil laugh
on the track, Bonny. It's freaking cool.
And he had us yelling into guitar pickups for one of our
that's the shit Carlton does. Or he'll be like, stand backwards. No, stand back 10 feet. Growl really hard. You know what? I need everybody in the band and the two guys that can't sing. Get over here. It's like, that sounds evil.
Yeah. I mean, if you listen to our album, we have a song on there called Wake the Monster. Or no, that's not the one.
Set Me Free.
Set Me Free. Yeah, that was fun trying to. They were running. He was running around. Our producer, tracking guy, was
with a mic in his hand.
Running around, yelling it from different angles while the other guys were all yelling it. But
because we wanted to sound like it was like a chant. You know what I mean? Like a
nice.
That was Set Me Free.
Yeah.
And then on Villian, what's really interesting, the beginning of Villian, if you've listened to it, is kind of slow and melodic. And, I sing a little prettier on that. The second part of that, the second verse, I guess you would call it, of the second half of that verse where it comes in a little bit more. He had me whisper the entire thing after I had recorded it a few times. And then he had me yell it. The entire, like, scream it, like, without, like a screamo thing. And then he took all those and layered them. And it's like, you can almost hear it, but you can't quite hear it. It just gives another dimension to my vocals there. And I'm looking at him cross-eyed. I'm like, Brian, what are you thinking? Like, what am I doing here?
Those subtleties are so cool.
That exact whole same thing just made our new song, Skull Crusher, just even more just skull crushing. It's just badass. Speaking of which, why don't you tell everybody the name of that album?
So our album was Unresolved. It was released in November of 24. We released it November 1st. It is 10 songs plus 2 bonus tracks. One of them is a radio-friendly version of our Love Bomb. And then the other one is an acoustic version of our song Parasite, which is just me and piano. It's slow. It's a little bit more laid back. I sing it pretty. So, but yeah, that was released then. And then our latest is we just released a single, Villian, and that was released on Christmas Eve. So we were so excited about this one because it sort of was the culmination of over the years of this band. The first album we tracked really early on, and it took us almost 2 years to get it out, but we got it a little over a year. I think it was like in a year and a half, maybe we got that album out. But, you could almost see by the time we released the album that we were already 10 steps ahead. So it's like, we're very excited about Villian because it's kind of like where we are now and going. And so, I mean, we're evolving still, but in a good way. I'm excited about it.
Yeah, I'm telling you, you guys are us over in on the other side.
I know. That's I've been watching you. We've been friends on Facebook for a while, Bonnie, and I'm like watching you guys, and I'm like, we got to do a show together. But it's
that would be cool. We really need to do that. And as I was saying, like we dropped our last single on Christmas Eve as well. Everything you just described was everything that we've already just been looking for. So I don't know.
The Wacken Battle and all that. It's just listening.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like, were you like 5 years ago or something? Yeah, that's awesome.
We got about
let's get some things left that we can plug that we can put down in the
so we've got about 8 minutes left, so I want to make sure that we get all of your links, even though I already have them, but I just so that people who are on Metal Cross Radio or on now are all of the affiliate stations.
Don't have the visual.
Yeah, nice. I saw that.
I want to make sure that you guys are able to get those in there. And then also, before we go, I want to hear something positive that you would tell another band or another female lead singer to help them grow into the person they want to become.
Okay. So you want the links first?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you can find us on all the socials. On Facebook, we are Eden on Fire Metal Band. On Instagram, we're just Eden on Fire Band. TikTok, Eden on Fire Band. On YouTube, we are Eden on Fire. We finally found one that didn't get used by somebody else. YouTube. You can find us on all the streaming services, all the major streaming services. We also have an edenonfire.bandcamp.com if you really want to support and buy our songs or our album. We really appreciate that because we don't make much money from streaming. So if you want to support, go to Bandcamp and buy our single for $1 or buy the songs that you like. Yeah, we are. We're terrible salesmen. Yeah. And I think that's pretty much it. I mean, like I said, you can find us. We have 2 actual official music videos on YouTube, and then some lyric videos for a lot of the other stuff, and lots of little things, live footage, and things of us over the years. So
very nice.
Yep, I will definitely put all of those in the description below. And again, if you had, a positive affirmation to share with another person who would like to be a female lead singer or wants to get in the rat race that is our band life, what would you tell them?
Yeah, I would tell them to persevere, get a strong backbone, rise above the noise, don't feed the trolls, and don't feed the haters. You keep doing what you do best. And work on your craft and just keep pushing forward. Don't worry about all that noise. That noise is going to hold the other people back, not you. So you keep moving forward and keep your positivity about all of it and do what makes you happy.
Perfect. Do you have anything to share, sir?
Stay away from cancer.
I was going to say, don't get cancer.
Yeah.
Because he just went through all that. So,
don't get cancer. Yeah.
Yeah. He got diagnosed. Yeah, over a year ago, and then went through all the treatment this last spring. And guess what? He never missed a gig. I'm going to sound terrible now, but I was like, "You're going, whether you like it or not." Because if you don't,
she drugged me to all the shows. Yeah.
I said, if you don't, you're going to be like feeling really left out. Even if you can't play, we had a backup bass player. Even if you can't play, come to the show. Sleep in the car if you have to, but don't miss it because you're going to feel really bad about it.
So if you see any pics of us and I have no hair.
And he looks like he's going to vomit.
That was right around. Yeah. That was right around that time. Yeah.
True story. He did go out after one of our shows. Yeah. Oh, really?
You can completely relate. He's a survivor twice of cancer.
2 times I had lymphoma, and then I ended up with lung cancer. And actually, had one of my lungs removed. Now I'm stronger and healthier than ever. So, but unfortunately, with the lung cancer, it shut me down, and there was a long period of time where I couldn't play. But then I came back pissed off.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm doing
awesome
now. So
Good to hear, man.
There's always hope.
One last question before we let you go. If you could change anything in the music industry, what would it be?
Oh boy, there's a lot.
For people to get along.
Yeah, no.
For real.
Anything about it, I would get rid of the gatekeepers. I think there's a lot of gatekeeping happening at the high level of things, and
I agree.
It would be awesome to have that not be happening. I think it holds a lot of smaller acts. And yeah, thank you.
Well, I'm going to reserve the right to bring you guys back on. I think I found my new favorite band, my new favorite people. I absolutely
love you guys too.
Yeah.
You melt my freaking face, man. I mean, I'm just like, wow, okay. And and then listening to our similar paths, it really does make a lot of sense for us to try to get together in the future.
Yeah, for sure.
If there's anything,
I listen to you and you're melting my face, so I'm like, wow, that's a compliment.
And we're trying to get to your neck of the woods. We've been all over LA, San Diego, and I want to get more that way and down south and on the East Coast, because that's we're on a complete other part of the hemisphere here. So it would be great to stuff over in your guys' neck of the woods, and just so
if we keep making it in the Wacken Battle band, we will be in San Diego. I think in June. So
we'll be in the West Coast there.
Yeah.
If you guys head to San Diego, we might meet you down there. It is. We fell in love with it. We fell in love. We played it twice, and if we could, we'd move the whole damn band there.
Really?
I'm telling you, San Diego has the vibe of what old school. Back in the 90s, how that whole vibe worked with
really
the bands.
Nice
it's insane. It's insane.
Nice.
Love it.
Yeah.
And of course, the Whiskey A Go-Go and the Vibe Room in LA. Awesome. They'll always be metal hubs. So that's another thing to do too.
Yeah, we can always, anytime I get a calendar, and maybe we could plan for the future. And
they throw us gigs all the time. It's just,
it's nice.
We, live, what is it, 1,000+ miles away.
Yeah.
So we can't get down there as much as they'd like us to be down there. But we can figure it out, because it's worth going there, of course. You're always going to come out with something good.
Well, I just want to thank you guys for taking the time out today, to spend your Sunday afternoon with me. And James, of course. I mean, you got to add the other guy. And I definitely want to reserve the right, especially if you guys move on to the next round of the Wacken Battle. I would absolutely love to sit down and talk about your experience there, because I think there's an alumni of us that have been there. We've done it.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot to be talked about.
There's a lot of bands in this area and all over the United States, actually.
Best of luck if we could be there to vote for you guys. We definitely would be. We've been voting our asses off every time we see another poll. And
thank you.
Yeah, and we just want to wish you the best of luck moving forward, and we will see you guys again soon.
All right, awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Have a good night, you guys.
You too.
Have a great one. Thank you.
Guys.
Heroes in this story, because I am the villain you made.
Hell yeah, that's what I call a podcast, ladies and gentlemen. What a fucking blast. Eden on Fire is. They are even cooler in their videos. You guys are going to love their music. Please go out, go listen, go subscribe, download that shit. Make them blow up online. Guys, thank you so much for joining me tonight. If you are here on Metal Cross Radio, thank you guys for listening in. There is so much more coming at you here in the future. And if you're watching here on our YouTube channel, guys, thank you for returning. And if you're new, please hit that ding ding and subscribe to our channel. It really, really helps us out. And it helps our channel bring you the very best of indie bands here, there, everywhere from the United States and across the world, because we are bringing that green room in your living room every single Friday night, 8 o'clock. So stay tuned for next week, guys, when we've got another one that's going to melt your face, your phone, whatever you're on. Guys, it's going to melt. It's going to be a puddle on the ground. Guys, we are bringing you Mindy Jackson from Dying Oath. Guys, it's all right here. Green room, big party, amazing bands. You guys come back and see us again next week. And until then, you keep those horns high, that volume at 13, and we will see you next week. Good night.
Hey!